you know it has the good Greek traditional food in it. Hey guys, Lexi here, Kala Christouyena, which means Merry Christmas in Greek, and I'm excited to share with you guys a big Greek tradition, which are Fenikias, and that's a cookie, and the Greeks make it during Christmas time. My dad loves Fenikia, and I'm excited to kind of surprise him with these and send him his way when they're done. It kind of just makes me feel a little connected to my family since we're not spending the holidays together. This is just kind of a way for me to feel like my family's around and keep up with the Greek traditions, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. So my mom sent me her recipe from her old Greek book. I printed it out here, and if you guys look at this Greek book, it's so old, and it's like put together by tape. I'm looking at the photo right here. Put together by tape, and it just looks like it's seen its day, but that's how you know it has the good Greek traditional food in it. So my mom was so kind to share with me this recipe, and I've never made these before, so wish me luck. And I have all the ingredients here, and I'm gonna get my Greek on. So let's do it, guys. Here is what you're gonna need. All right, so this recipe calls for 12 dozen small cookies, which is basically 144 cookies, and nobody needs 144 cookies. So I've taken the liberty and cut the recipe in half. That's still 6 dozen cookies, and that's 72 cookies, you guys. That's a lot of cookies. So here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 3½ cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 cup of vegetable oil, 1/2 cup of melted butter, 1/2 cup of orange juice, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of walnuts chopped, 1/2 ounce of cognac, and then for the syrup, you're gonna need 6 ounces of honey, 1 cup of sugar, 3/4 cup of water, and juice of 1/4 of a lemon. They asked in the original recipe for 1/2 of a lemon, but since we're cutting it in half, you only need 1/4. All right, so let's get going. Here is the recipe. So first you're going to sift together the flour and baking soda. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here. I'm just gonna take little pieces of this because it's just gonna get everywhere otherwise. So here we go. Sifting it all together. Real forearm workout over here, guys. So pretty, it looks like snow. All right, in a large bowl, you're going to mix together your oil and your melted butter. And here we go, put that in. Right. Add orange juice, sugar, 1/2 cup of chopped nuts, and cognac. All right, orange juice, sugar, and then cognac. That's right. Sip for me, sip for the cookies, just kidding. Now it says to slowly or gradually mix flour into oil and butter mixture by hand and knead until a dough is formed that doesn't stick to the hands. All right, but I think I'm gonna put this guy and this guy because this is a bigger guy. All right, so now we're adding the nuts. So now I wanna gradually put the flour into this mixture. So I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this into another bowl. All right, now I'm gonna pour this into here. You wanna mix your oil and your butter and the orange juice, sugar, and that's in your bigger bowl because you're gonna put the flour and stuff. So don't do what I did, do it the other way. All right, now I'm gonna gradually go ahead and put this into there. Gradually mix flour into oil and butter mixture by hand. All right, so it says by hand. I don't know if it means this hand or like my actual hand. We're just gonna go and figure it out. Baking is just so precise. And I think I've like doubted myself even more since I started watching the Great British Bake Off. I like doubt everything I do now in the baking realm in my kitchen. All right, here we go. You know, these old Greek books, they're so on technique that they just like know already what they're talking about, but like for noobs like me, I'm like, right. Starting to get that dough consistency slowly but surely. All right, so I added in the last bit of the flour, and I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of the bowl now to finish kind of combining the flour, because eventually I need to get it onto this countertop. So go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna flour my countertop just ever so slightly so nothing sticks, but it doesn't feel sticky. So I think that's a good sign, because in the book it says, knead until dough is formed that does not stick to the hands. And it does not stick to the hands. All right. And then I'm just gonna kind of finish doing it here. You guys, that was an arm workout. You like earn these cookies when you're done. All right, then it says, shape into small ovals, place onto ungreased baking sheet. Got my ungreased baking sheets, small ovals, no guidance whatsoever. You're just gonna have to figure it out. So I'm going by memory from when I had them. It was last year, but I think that looks like an oval. Are they, the thickness is right? I don't know. We're just gonna go with it. Just making sure I'm reading this recipe right. Because this, I mean. All right, so I'm just gonna get the rest of my dough into ovals, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stick them in the oven. I got 16 on here, not at all the same shape or size on any of these, so the thickness varies. I guess I'm just gonna see which ones, because they didn't give me any guidance. So just wish me luck. We'll see which ones come out the best, and then with the rest of the dough, I'll go ahead and make adjustments, hopefully. There we go. So 400 degrees, 10 minutes, and then we're gonna drop down the temperature to 325 for 25 minutes. It also doesn't say which rack, but I'm assuming it's the middle rack. At this point, we just gotta hope for the best, right guys? All right, so I just read online that, I know I just said I was gonna let them cool, but I read some other people's and they take it straight from the pan and into the syrup. So I've gotta move quickly because this recipe calls for 15 minutes of boiling. So I just gotta move quick. So let's just go ahead and get the syrup started. So I'm putting in the honey. There we go. Now I really feel like I'm in the Great British Bake Off, but the Greek edition. I use my good Greek honey for this, so that my dad brings me from Greece. I'll go ahead and put the sugar, which is 1 cup of sugar, because I cut it in half. Put that in there. 1/4 of a lemon, the juice of a lemon. All right, then you need 3/4 cup of water. I'm gonna get that in there. Raise my heat now. Then I'm gonna stir this together and just hope it comes out, you guys. It's gotta boil for 15 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna let that boil and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I had this on a very low temperature, like on simmer. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and put 3 to 4 cookies inside the mixture, the syrup, and just let it sit in there for 2 to 3 minutes. Whoop! Like a slide into the syrup. How many is that? 4? I could fit a 5th. Why not, right guys? And then I'm just gonna let the syrup kind of go into the cookie, let it sit there. And then immediately afterwards, I'm gonna take the cookie out of the syrup and place it, you can put them either in these or back on the pan or parchment paper, and then I'm gonna sprinkle it with the remainder of the walnuts. And you'll get a nice finished product. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys out. It's been about 2 minutes. Go ahead and put them in here. And then from there, I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle top of it with the walnuts, the remaining walnuts. Look how beautiful that looks. I love it. And you're just gonna follow suit with the rest of them, guys. And be ready to multitask. All right, guys, so I finished up my Fenikia, and these are my favorite 3 of all of them. Now I know why they have you make so much dough, because half the dough doesn't come out right. I'm just kidding. No, that was my fault. Technically, I was not good, but I don't know.
You are good. Don't be so hard on yourself. You know you're practicing.
I got my official Let's Get Lexi taste tester here. It's your first time having Fenikia, which is a Greek Christmas cookie.
Ooh.
No, I think you've had Fenikia at my parents' house before, but you probably never even realized it.
Okay, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
They
know
feed me
either.
so much there. So.
Yeah.
I'm not really a baked expert because for so long I didn't eat much bread, but I'll give it my best shot, you know what I'm saying?
We'll just see if you like it.
Not yet. Okay. I mean, I'm sure
you can
we're
tell
gonna like
we've
it.
both been watching the Great British Bake Off because we're talking about the bake inside, if it's crispy, what it's
Well,
like.
no, you are.
I am. But you just gotta tell me if you like it, if it tastes good, if it's worth everyone.
Do I need to try one of these
tasting.
or just bite it?
They're all the same.
Okay.
Just have this one.
All right. The whole thing? Let's go.
Let's go.
That's really nice.
Is it good?
Yeah. It's kind of light, nice, gentle crisp, but tastes like it's got good honey in it. It is like fantastic.
Oh, good. You think it's worth me overnighting to my dad?
Yeah. He'll love these. These are delicious.
There you go, Dad. Kala Kristulina. Merry Christmas. And there you have it, you guys. A little Greek tradition from my family to yours. And if you end up making them, be sure to tag me in the photo. You have to send me a photo. And thanks for testing them.
My pleasure. That was great.
Until next time, you guys, I'll see you in the chat. Bye!